Vijaya. The next award in this category goes to Mr. Vikas Kumar Singh, IMS Hyderabad. I think Vikas is not around. Can I request Vinod to please come on the stage? Yeah, he's here. Thank you, Vinod. The last award in this category goes to Mr. Y. Bhaskar, GSPS Hyderabad. Thank you, Ravi. I'd like to introduce the second guest for the evening, Mr. Deepan Dev. Deepan has graduated from XRI Jamshedpur as the best all-round student in 2012 and was also awarded the most outstanding athlete of the batch. However, his passion for sports is not confined to the field alone. He is the founding member and contributor of www.goldmines.com, a global football e-venture. With the ABP group of publications, Deepanjan covered the FIFA World Cup and the T20 World Cup in 2010 and the second and third IPL season in 2009 and 2010 as an analyst. He has authored for the Assam Tribune a feature on sports team bonding in management education. He is awardee of the best paper at the National Marketing Conference on the subject, Essence of Sports Marketing. He is one of the 6 students from across the world's top business schools to receive the Business World Infocom Future Leadership Award in 2011. His primary area of interest is in sports as an instrument of social development in India, an idea and passion that he is currently working upon. I would request Mr. Deepanjan to please come on the stage. I would request Jagan sir to please come on the stage and felicitate Mr. Deepanjan. Thank you, Jagan sir. I would now request Mr. Deepanjan to please share his thoughts.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a privilege for me to talk on a forum where the last speaker before me had an experience of more than 30 years. I am not even 30 years. But probably what I can bring to the table is something that both of us share in common. It's called passion. When Jagan sir first told me about this idea about sports and to talk on this forum, something that really struck me was that I'll be talking about a subject that has been my life, sport, and I decided to talk in a manner that is my passion. We have folks from the US here, and I remembered a quote by one of the finest US military generals, Stanley McWhirter, before the Iraq War. He said, he asked a question to the US public, what do you think is the biggest enemy of the US, of the United States, in the war against Iraq? Any guesses? The answer was PowerPoint presentations. So I've decided to do away with it today's evening and share my thoughts, whatever little I've learned in life, by talking. Yeah, I do have a picture to show because that picture is perhaps reminiscent of what this whole occasion is. Sport is something that I've grown up since a very, very early age. Since I was 2 years old, my mom used to play carom representing LIC at the national level. Yes, I am a B school graduate, perhaps from one of India's top B schools. Sport taught me everything in life. B school just categorized them into definitions. So this setting is perhaps apt for me to start the talk today. I also I'm into quizzing, so I'm used to asking questions. Please don't mind. I would essentially talk about sports and management, try to correlate both of them, learnings from the world of sport, learning from the world of sport in India, across the world, and how I see it linked to management and the world of business. I really like the way you started this whole award ceremony today. It started with the team awards, if I'm not wrong. It's a very brilliant concept. Team is something that defines an organization, that defines a group. And I have a picture to share. Can anyone in the audience guess who this is? No, sir. We are in this wonderful city of Hyderabad. And for me, this person is arguably India's greatest contributor to the development of a particular sport in India. Hyderabad as a city has produced legions of sportspersons from India, from ML Jaisimha to Mohammad Azharuddin to VVS Lakshman to Saina Nehwal to Sania Mirza to Shivlal Yadav to Pulela Gopichand. But this person remains arguably India's greatest in his field and Hyderabad's greatest sporting son. Unfortunately, we don't know him that well because probably that's the state of affairs in India. The great Saeed Rahim, India's great football coach, the architect of Indian football, who died in 1963. Why did I decide to start with Rahim? Rahim not only was a coach, he was a man management leader. 1948 Olympics was when India, under the so-called dictatorship of a gentleman named Balaidas Chatterjee from Bengal, went into the Olympics, played football, but there was absolute chaos within the system. Rahim, to give some context to people out here, Rahim started a lot of clubs in Hyderabad. Bengal, Kerala and Goa at this point of time might be football epicenters in India. Till the 1960s, Hyderabad was the epicenter of football in India, primarily because of one gentleman, Rahim. Such was his contribution first as a player, then as a manager, then identifying with people, connecting with people, going to the grassroots level, becoming a coach, and taking football to an altogether different level. That he managed to take India out of Bengal's hegemony, became the coach of India in 1951, took them to gold, took them to gold in the 1951 Asian Games, was removed from the coach by another Bengal hegemony. Since 1952 till his death in 1963, Rahim was Indian football. Indian football was Rahim. What differentiates Rahim? Why am I speaking Rahim on a stage? He died 63. 50 years ago. Is it because he's from Hyderabad? Yes, he's from Hyderabad, but no. Rahim was a great man management leader because he thought ahead of his time, 1950s. This is not the age of technology. This was not the age of technology. The Indian football coach of 1964, if I remember correctly, his name was Alberto Fernando. He went to Brazil